There are so many ways to achieve a Chevron French look, but do you know how to sculpt with acrylic to get that look? Greg is going to take you through those steps of exactly how to do this with precision and execution right now on Nail School. All right, man, sculpting a Chevron French, how do we do this?
It's a really, really easy technique to do. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use reverse application to accomplish that look. But the only difference is I'm gonna use my brush to make the side straight so that when I file it, you're gonna have that perfect chevron triangular point right at the very tip of the nail. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that right now. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take cover pink and I'm going to build a nice body, and I'm gonna start off by doing reverse application. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set it down and we're gonna get it to run all the way down to this point. But instead of trying to round off my edges, I'm going to use the edge of my brush and just really try to get straight edges in that chevron shape down below. What we're going to do is we need to make sure that we get a bead that's going to run. So once I actually set this to the cuticle area, it's really important for me to get behind and try to get it as tight as we can. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm really gonna use the tip of my brush just to really jab at the surface to get it to flow. Now, once I'm done doing that, what I'm going to do is use the wedge of my brush just to kind of hold the shape. We want to be able to try to keep it as straight as we possibly can. Again, remember the product is flowing, so we want to be able to maintain these straight edges. If the product has a tendency to move, that is okay. I want to try to keep the edge as tight as we possibly can. And remember, we need to have enough thickness at the tip. That way when we lay in our white, it's going to be absolutely the right thickness. And you can already see the shape starting to come out to a nice point. Okay, one of the things I do after I build out all 10 bodies is I like to take my hand file and just basically notice how I get it right up to the edge. And what I'm just gonna do is just run my hand file so I make the edge absolutely razor sharp. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on the opposite side and notice all I have to do is just file in one straight direction, and I'm gonna have the perfect chevron point. All right, we're now ready for our form application, and we're gonna tuck our speed white powder right up to this perfect wall. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place my form underneath. We're going to do a really nice almond shaped nail. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the form on. One of the things I like to make sure is like the line, right, is going to match up right to the point. Just like that. So I'm not gonna build a really long free edge. I'm just gonna build something out to this point right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get about a medium-sized bead, just like this. I'm gonna drain it on my towel before I go in. I'm gonna give it a couple of seconds. It turns nice and smooth, just like this. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it right to the edge. And then I'm going to use the body of my brush and notice how I'm actually walking it on top all the way to the edge. I'm gonna try to keep it from over applying to the smile line. I'm just bringing it right up to the edge, but I'm walking it up from the top. You can see how nice and easy it is to walk it right up to that really nice carved in smile line that we have. Clean my brush. And then again, just use the body of my brush to make this as even as I can. It doesn't matter if you have a square tip, you'll be able to file into any shape. I'll be able to round this off into perfection as soon as it's dried. Okay, this is completely dry. Let's go ahead and remove the form. And what I'm going to do is just make sure that my edges are completely even. Just going to lightly round off the tip. Make sure my lower arches are perfectly straight. Do the same thing on the opposite side. All right, and let's just go ahead and file the smile line in. You're gonna see how awesome, the chevron shape is. I'm gonna file in my upper arch first. All right, watch this. This is absolutely amazing. All we have to do is file in one direction. Look how perfect that is. Do the same thing on the opposite side. And we're going to end up filing in. Absolutely razor sharp chevron smile line. It's been file finished. What I'm gonna do is take a little bit of protein bond along the edges. And then what we're going to do is take stain resistant top coat, put a nice even coat over the surface. Let's go ahead and cure that inside the light for a minimum of 1 minute. Creating that perfect chevron point is as easy as using a hand file. Remember, all you have to do is use your brush to line up the sides. Once it dries, file into perfection, and it will set you up for the perfect chevron smile.